Oh, okay, the intro. Hello everyone and welcome to the Toilet Community Podcast. My name is... Wait, what?
Community toilet, not toilet community.
Damn it.
It's okay. One more time.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Toilet Community Podcast. My name is...
Community toilet.
Community toilet.
This is definitely going to go in at the beginning.
Wait, what?
It's community toilet, not toilet community meta.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Community toilet. Community first, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to the Community Toilet Podcast. My name is LittleMissMeta and I am here with Crazy Rocky and Dewmonic Abyss. And welcome to the podcast.
Take it away, dude.
Alright. So, if you have been aware of the whole unsub glitch happening on YouTube for months, and this was reported around like October of last year, a lot of channels have reported being unsubscribed from a lot of the bigger channels, particularly those of the commentary community or related to YouTube drama. There have been several conspiracies related to this. People think that the YouTube team is just against the idea of drama and is trying to terminate those channels, and there have just been a lot of plans and conspiracies coming out that were theorized about what was going on. People were so confused, and this hasn't been solved. No answers have been given. YouTube has just responded with "there's nothing wrong." And then recently, Drama Alert came out with a video stating a conspiracy called the YouTubeAgeGate. And with the YouTubeAgeGate, there is a report from a YouTuber who was at PAX, and they were talking with a YouTube employee. And that YouTube employee was apparently drunk, and that YouTuber was in a conversation with them. The YouTuber brought up the unsub glitch as like a joke, and then the drunk YouTube employee stated that it was a test they were trying to implement that would allow them to rate channels based on their content into age groups. So the conspiracy is the YouTube AgeGate.
And that pretty much sums up everything. That was a good rundown, dude. Thank you for that. And so, yeah, basically the reason that everybody is suspecting that people are losing subscribers like crazy now is because YouTube has implemented this new system that rates people by their age. Now, one thing that I don't see a lot of people talking about is, do you guys think that this actually could be a good system? Or do you think there's nothing possibly good about rating channels by age?
I don't think it's good for, certainly for the YouTubers, for sure.
Okay.
But I mean, like, yeah, because their content isn't really that, like, I mean, if they rated the gamer, I don't know, who did they rate for teens?
I don't remember the YouTuber from the Drama Alert episode. That was gotten from Drama Alert. I can look that up in a little bit. But I think it was actually a fairly small YouTuber, and that was the only thing that sketched me out about it. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But I don't understand why a YouTube employee would leak information like that to a small YouTuber. But it could have been somebody with a large channel. Let me go see if I can find out.
Is Drama Alert one of the channels that is rated for teens?
No, Drama Alert doesn't know what their rating is. I imagine they'd be rated teen or mature, but
they are restricted on the restricted YouTube feature, so that definitely means they're up there on the ratings. They're definitely not considered family friendly, but that's about all we know.
Yeah,
I think.
What's not family friendly about Drama Alert, honestly?
Well, I can see why it wouldn't be family friendly. It's just talking, though. But, the subjects he talks about, parents might not be okay with that subject. And the one thing that I could see that could be good, well, two things that I could see that could be good about the whole YouTube AgeGate is, one, sooner or later, for example, with movies, we've had the ratings because people are cautious about what their kids watch. And now with YouTube, somebody could upload a rated R movie and whatnot. And if they don't have some sort of age gate on it to get those people to not watch, then they're going to go back to the problem where they need to start implementing ratings again. And probably making up a whole system for internet ratings. I wonder how that would be interesting. But that, and then also advertising would be so much smoother with those categories, because then where all the people got demonetized, people wouldn't have to worry about that anymore, because only advertisers that are okay with their advertisements being on non-family friendly channels would go on non-family friendly channels. You wouldn't have to worry about being demonetized as much anymore, I think. But losing subscribers like crazy, that there is no reason for that. If they shouldn't be unsubscribing people, if that is what's happening. They shouldn't be unsubscribing people that already did find their channel, because, I mean, they're just going to go around it anyway. They already know about the channel. It's not really helping anything. But
I mean, they already have the YouTube for Kids app.
Yeah, but isn't
already,
that, like, for kids, like, super young, like 6 and under?
I mean, is their goal to, like, protect teenagers? Is that because they already have the Kids app?
They have the kids. Yeah, I think that's what their goal is, though, is to protect the preteens to the teens. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what their goal is to start if this is what is truly going on, that must be their goal, is to start separating that. Just how, like, Adult Swim is separated from Cartoon Network, for example. Because of their rating, they're separated. That could be something similar to what YouTube's trying to do, taking all this mature content and making it so it has a different rating. And there's a rating system.
But Adult Swim, it goes on right after a kids show, and there's the people in the Cartoon Network don't go over to other people's houses and stop the kids from watching Adult Swim. Their parents do that, which is I feel like that's what the parents.
Yeah, I think the problem right now, though, is that people are saying, and this is, I mean, I don't agree with it, but people are saying, like, they don't know all about all this YouTube stuff. Like, older generations are saying, we don't know about all this internet stuff. We don't know about all this YouTube stuff. How are we going to be monitoring our children all the time when they have ready access to it 24/7? Because, I mean, every kid now has a phone. Every kid has access to the internet. And I can understand the point of somebody saying it's hard to monitor that 24/7, and that's why kids can't just go into a store and buy a rated R movie generally, or go to see a rated R movie, or go rent one, unless they go. You know what? That is interesting, because I just thought about Redbox, and Redbox, I don't think cares, but that's another topic. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know. I could see how it could be good especially for advertising. But the whole thing about people's channels losing so many subs, that's what's really, really bad about it, in my opinion. I think the YouTuber that leaked the Gmail messages wanted to be kept private. Yes, he did. They blocked out everything.
I don't blame them, because, if this is a bigger conspiracy, and the YouTubers who were involved in, giving out this information were revealed to the public, that could risk their channels being terminated. Because YouTube is all about that privacy. They're even against people sharing their analytics, I think. Their monetization analytics.
It's part of the privacy policy or something like that. You're not allowed to share any of your analytics, your actual income, any of that stuff. So yeah, the person that was told that his channel is DV-teen, which is what I'm looking at the Gmail that John Mullet's showing right now. DV-teen, he decided to stay silent, so we don't know what that looks like, but we don't know what his channel looks like to give him that rating, but we do know he is a gaming channel. Let's see if any of the further emails say what type of or what game it is. And then yes, and then also in the email, the person said that based on your videos and your video thumbnails, your videos will get a rating, and then that will end up turning your channel into MA or DV-teen. So in the email that was supposedly sent by the YouTube employee, they said that you need to be very careful with your thumbnails, and if you post too many rated MA videos that necessarily might not even have content that isn't mature, but just a thumbnail that's mature, then you'll be blocked.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem that I see with this system. There's just a lot of flaws. You could theme the title and the thumbnail to look as family friendly as possible, and the system won't detect it because they're
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like I did that with my hand sanitizer review. I had a very family-friendly title and thumbnail, and I was parodying Ryan's toy reviews, and it completely went past the system, even though I had like a bunch of innuendos and stuff in the actual content. Just kind of screwed up.
Yeah, absolutely. There was one time where because if you've watched my videos, I'm a medical marijuana smoker, and I was literally smoked on video a couple of times for a joke, and I just made the description super family friendly, and I put a really family friendly thumbnail, and it did not get age restricted like most channels get. So there are definitely really easy ways to work around it that makes it very ineffective. So that's a good point. So the one thing though that I'm also a little curious about is YouTube is still adamant that they're not unsubscribing people, and I don't understand why they haven't if everybody is providing all this evidence and whatnot, why they haven't made any sort of statement yet, because this is a big thing. Like, I know YouTube has gone through with not making statements in the past, but this is really massive of a big thing that they're trying to work on that got leaked.
I'm sure YouTube told their employees to like keep it secret no matter what. I mean, the employees don't have an obligation to be honest.
That's true, they don't. I'm just thinking about if this is a thing, I'm thinking about the backlash that YouTube's gonna get from the community of them. Like, when they got found out, they still didn't say anything. They're gonna get huge backlash if it's really going on. So I wonder, do you think if they were working on it, do you think this will make YouTube second guess themselves with it?
I'll be right back. You guys continue.
Oh, okay. Do you think that that YouTube will rethink doing this now that there's been so much talk around the community about it and there's been a lot of backlash with it?
If this conspiracy is proven to be true, beyond a reasonable doubt, I think that like YouTube will try to do something else. I don't think they'll actually admit to unsubbing people, but they'll try and explain it as like a glitch or some other feature they implemented that had another glitch. I don't think they'd actually full-on admit to the conspiracy if it were true.
Yeah, I don't think they'd admit it either, but what I'm saying is, do you think that they are going to stop if they are truly working on this YouTubeAgeGate system, do you think they're going to cut the system because of all of the backlash, or do you think they're going to press forward with subgrouping every channel into a age category?
I think they would press forward unless they're like completely found out, because like even now they're accomplishing their goals. They're trying to get rid of like the drama channels. That's what I'm theorizing, because like in the YouTube Rewind that was explicitly kept out of drama channels. Were explicitly kept out of it.
I hope they're not doing this just to take out all the the awesome channels. Like, what the heck, the edgy channels? Those are my favorite channels.
Yeah, they really might be, because there was all of the big content creators that are not big content creators, but there was a bunch of content creators that kept talking about how drama is way more popular than actual content and whatnot, and maybe YouTube saw that and they said, this isn't what our site's about, and we want to turn that around. So that's interesting.
What do you think they're trying to turn the site into?
Honestly, the thing that I see is that they apparently aren't making any sort of a profit. They're just breaking even. So they're really trying to entice advertisers to pay more and to buy more of their services. That's what I see. They're trying to make more money. But at the same time, they're losing bits and bits of their community to other sites that don't screw over creators.
I heard, I don't know, someone made a theory that they're trying to focus, they're trying to focus getting the adults to go onto YouTube and getting into YouTube by making these. I think it's because of the YouTube Red series, their better quality and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's why because they usually get lower traffic, when it's not summer, like when summer vacation is over.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know. That's why
that's true.
I think that's why I feel like that's true. They're trying to get the adults.
That's true. Plus, they're doing like they might be trying to start killing off old forms of media. Like now they're starting to compete with TV by putting out the YouTube TV thing. So that theory would make a lot of sense, that they're trying to draw in the older crowd. What do you think about that, dude?
Yeah, I think that's very possible. Like, my theory with the YouTube TV thing was that businesses were realizing how much power YouTube had as a platform, like with the ad revenue that it generates, so they wanted to get more involved with that. And then people who have YouTube Red would just see those channels available on it and check them out, and that would give those businesses more publicity. So I don't know if it's like a two-way street there, where YouTube would be benefiting off them as well.
I think they're adding in that. Wait, what was that YouTube TV thing again about? I heard about it.
Oh, YouTube TV is pretty much, you know how like there's Sling TV where you choose the channels you want and then you can add on more channels, but there's basic packages and things like that. YouTube is really similar, or YouTube TV that they're going to roll out is really similar to that, where you'll be able to watch live TV, so you won't need cable anymore. You can just watch it online, and you can choose the basic package, and then you can add on the channels that you want. And they're trying to compete with cable and whatnot. And apparently you can watch it in 3 different places at the same time or something similar to that. I don't remember exactly, but there's just supposed to be a bunch of perks with it over traditional cable. And it's, I think, $35 or $40 a month for the basic package.
Do you think the YouTube TV thing is going to be a good thing for YouTube, the regular YouTube creators?
I don't.
It's kind of iffy on that. I feel like it's kind of iffy.
I feel like it could affect the well, honestly, if it does affect the creators, it might be in a positive way, because if they get the adults, as you talk about with theory, if they start getting the adults coming in, then that could draw people towards the YouTube TV as well as other forms of YouTube. So people that are watching YouTube TV might start looking into YouTube that before wouldn't have used YouTube. I don't see how it could necessarily take away from creators or anything like that, especially when you have to pay for YouTube TV while you don't have to pay to watch your favorite creator unless they have that subscription weird paywall thing. But how do you think it could affect the YouTube creators, Meta?
I don't know, because I mean, when they try to focus on TV more, it usually feels like they're trying to take away from the creators. But I mean, I don't know. It might actually be good. Actually, now that I think about it, but I mean.
Yeah, it could be bad where they could start taking money away from, like, how they do YouTube Rewind every year. They could start lowering the budget on things like that, or they might start looking at all the plaques they send out and something like that, and they might start trying to cut back on that to pay for the YouTube TV. But at the same time, YouTube TV is paying for itself it should be paying for itself with the $40 a month if they get enough subscribers. So yeah, I'm sure there's some way that it could affect YouTube creators negatively, but I'm not quite sure. Do you have any ideas, Do?
Yeah, I can't really see how it would impact creators negatively. I do think that the trending page could have something to do with it. The trending page could be more business related. The business side of YouTube could come out more, and they'd be making more money off of these actual businesses more than they would be off of creators. So I think they probably would focus on businesses more, but I don't know how badly that would impact creators.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't impact them too badly at all. What else do we have to say about this topic? Anybody?
Leafy is here. It explains so much.
It does. It really. That is the one thing that makes me believe the YouTubeAgeGate more than anything is the Leafy's falling off was so drastic that it was not normal. There was something more happening there. So that's the one thing that makes me really believe this whole AgeGate is happening.
I mean, what did they rate his channel? I can imagine teenagers are watching his channel.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, are 12-year-olds watching it? 10, 12-year-olds?
Oh,
really?
Oh, yeah. Big portion of his audience, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, once you have like 4 million subscribers, there are definitely at least kids in there watching
quite
it as
a few
well.
probably, and honestly, I think Leafy's channel though would probably get rated mature because he has sexual topics regularly. He's used sexual themes in his thumbnails regularly. His descriptions sometimes have keywords in them that can be taken as mature, and his content, if you look at it, it's pretty much talking shit on other people's channels. So honestly, out of all of the commentators, I'd say Leafy would be the one to get rated mature first. Especially because of what happened with that one girl. I only know her as the dog fucker because that's what everybody called her. But whatever her name is, yeah, that whole thing was very sexual in nature, and so yeah, I don't know.
He keeps on putting her in the thumbnail and talking about her. What the heck?
Yep.
Lately.
Oh, he is again?
Yeah.
I
remember a couple of videos.
I unsubbed to Leafy like a little bit back, but yeah, I don't know.
I still watch his content.
Another thing to keep in mind is that all this started happening after the content cop was released on Leafy, so I think that would have timed in perfectly for YouTube to implement that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. What the heck? I don't think they're actually. Do they actually pay attention? What the heck?
That's a real conspiracy theory, right? Though they waited till the second that content got dropped in order to implement Leafy's demise.
And they probably recommended the content cop to a lot of his viewers as well, so that would have actually helped him lose a lot more subs.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Could you imagine? That would be terrible. That would be a hit from YouTube put on a channel.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's true though. Like, the content cop came out right around the time that everything was happening. So I'm sure a large portion of those subs were genuinely lost from the content cop. But I don't think he would still be losing subs today, and not as many. And I mean, we know the YouTube sub glitch is there. So, but yeah, that I think was just timed perfectly. Probably as a coincidence, but still timed perfectly. And any other points on the topic?
Nope. I can't think of anything. Dewmonic?
Alright.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Alright, then real quick, let me just do some, and then do you want me to explain the h3h3 lawsuit?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
My call quality is a little weird, so like you guys keep tuning in and out for my thing.
Not really.
Is it good on your end, Meta? Can you hear everything clearly?
Yeah, I can hear everything clearly.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the h3h3 lawsuit. So, basically, a while ago, the channel known as h3h3 started got a lawsuit from, I believe, was it Matt Haas?
Yes.
Matt Haas, yeah.
Yes, Matt Haas tried to sue h3h3 and is successfully going to court with h3h3 over a reaction video that Ethan and Neela had posted. How long ago was this? Was this a year ago?
This was like a year.
Yeah,
March of 2016.
About a year ago, they got this lawsuit, and basically Ethan and Neela said that this lawsuit is happening, and we don't know what to do, and we don't have the money to do this, and whatnot. And Philip DeFranco came out with a video talking about the whole situation with the lawsuit and started a GoFundMe, and that raised $150,000 towards the h3h3 lawsuit. And with that money, Ethan and Neela both thought that they would never use that much money for a single lawsuit. So they started something known as FUPA, the Fair Use Protection Agency, where they would go and try to protect content creators who couldn't afford to protect themselves against these crazy lawsuits. And after all of that went down, there was just a lot of silence from them about the lawsuit. There was nothing said, and finally, not too long ago, I think 2 weeks ago, at this point, or maybe a week ago, they came out with a video pretty much giving an update saying they were still being sued and that they had to fire their previous lawyers and that then they proceeded to show a bill for the lawyers that was, I believe, $50,000 for 1 month. For only 1 month. And they pretty much said, we don't want to take any more money because we don't want to, you guys have been so generous, and they have put in a large sum of their money. And then I believe Matt Haas came out with a video in response to their update and pretty much just said, oh, I'm protecting creators and I'm protecting fair use, and pretty much saying he was in the right, when clearly it was a reaction video that was totally under fair use, and he is completely in the wrong. So that's my opinion. And Meta or do you have anything to add to that? Did I miss anything there?
Their previous lawyer charged them like $600 for copying paper. What?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
It was $600 for making copies. Which is technically, okay, I'm in law. I'm not in law school, but I'm in pre-law right now. And honestly, though, $50,000 for a month is crazy. But when it comes to lawyers, and if it's the month that they're really working hard, that's gonna be how much they charge you. Especially because didn't they have two lawyers working under them?
They had two?
I thought they did. I thought they had the game attorney and one more.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, except the game attorney worked for them for like free for a little bit, and then I think he.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, but no, $50,000 though. Technically, I suppose for 1 month is insane, and the $600 copies that. There's no way you paid $600 for copies. You probably threw an extra $300 in there for a.
They even charged for colored ink.
Yeah, even charged for the coloring. That's pretty crazy. But with the whole trial, the problem with the trial is it sets a precedent. So the reason that they have to keep going forward is because if they don't keep going forward, that shows other, big companies or small people that they can take down anybody's videos without any repercussion, even if fair use is intact. And so now they have to keep spending money. They have to go through with this lawsuit. Otherwise, there could be a lot of bad things that happen in the future with more lawsuits, especially because of the whole Ray William Johnson situation where he got sued for something about fair use, and he was totally in the right. And he lost the lawsuit. So there's already a precedent there of that goes against content creators. So what do you guys think about the whole idea of if they lose, there will be a bunch more lawsuits? Do you think that if they did stop the lawsuit, that it really wouldn't set a negative example? Like the negative example's already been set, so people should already be doing it if it's that big of a deal. What do you guys think about that?
I think if they lose, then there's a chance that everybody else is gonna lose also if they ever went to court.
Yeah, like the reaction
like
channels.
Everybody, reaction channels. They would have to stop in order to avoid getting sued. They would have to stop reaction videos and I don't know. I feel like it would also affect video game videos too.
Yeah, it probably would. There would probably be a lot more gaming companies that start going after more than just Nintendo, that start going after content creators, which would be bad. But
I tried to go through Matt Haas's comment section, and look for there are actually some people that do defend him, but they never there are some people that say that they think he's in the right, that he's doing the right thing. Yeah. But when people ask them why they think this, they're actually open to, one person was actually open to hearing the other side of the story. Yeah. They never follow up with why.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of feel like I don't know, I feel like they're kind of fake comments.
Oh, that's actually, I didn't even think of that. That's actually very possible.
Because I saw 5 comments saying that he was in the right, defending him, but they never followed up with why.
I mean, click on their channel. Is it an active channel? Is it, what I mean?
Oh, I didn't check that.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Because if they were a channel that was just made, then yeah, he is.
Yeah, you could be using the bandwagon theory where multiple viewers would see those comments defending him and decide that he's in the right just because a lot of people are on his side. and then all the comments would be in his favor.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Do you think that because he gets a lot of hate in his videos, Matt Haas, do you think that he could actually use that in court?
No, and the reason being is because he's not suing them or pressing charges against them for sending people to attack his physical well-being or to attack his mental well-being. He's suing for them violating fair use. So the only way they would bring that up is if all of the sudden he's tried to trump extra charges on there, but do it as a way to get money. But that honestly, I think, would really hurt his case. So I don't think whatever lawyer he has would do that if he's smart.
Well, they could argue that, like, with the negative comments, that had a negative impact on the market of his channel, which is one of the deciding factors in fair use.
It is, but then again, that falls. So that's what I mean by, like, they're gonna add more things on there, because then you start talking about slander. You were slandering me. And that's why all of a sudden I got all of these comments and whatnot. And honestly, that could be a defense on their side, is not saying it's slander, but saying, oh, we just made a comment and they went and said things. Like, if he uses that, they can just say, we can't stop tons of people that watch a TV show don't end up having the TV show get punished because of things they do. They get punished. You know what I mean? You don't see something on Walking Dead and then copy that and then blame it on Walking Dead and then it actually holds up in court. That usually doesn't hold up in court. So unless people are just really stupid when it comes to internet videos, then I don't think they'll think the same thing. But but then you start getting on the lines of video games cause violence and movies cause violence, and it's a whole big mess. But yeah, it is definitely possible that he could try to trump slander on there and then use that as a point to fair use. So that is possible. Do you guys think he'll try to do that? Do you think that it would be? Do you think it would, if it does go ahead in front of? Because it goes in front of a jury, right? Or does it go in front of a judge?
Paying for this?
That's the scary part, because, like, if the jury is composed of a bunch of older conservative people that don't understand technology that well, it would work highly in Matt Haas's favor if he did that.
Oh yeah, but with these types of things, does it go in front of a jury? It does, right? Yeah. I should know this, but I'm pretty sure it does. But yeah, because I could only imagine being in a courtroom and having to go up on the stand to explain what a meme is and what a goofster and a gaffster
Oh my
is.
gosh.
Yeah.
I couldn't even explain what a meme is to my family. Like,
the way I do it is I just say it's an inside joke. So memes are just the inside jokes of the internet.
Matt Haas's lawyer could discredit any juror member that knows who h3h3 is, and considering the size of h3h3's channel on YouTube, almost anyone on YouTube would know who he is. So there isn't a very likely chance anyone in the jury would be knowledgeable.
Think of that. Yeah, because that's the first thing his lawyer is going to do. He's going to go through the jury, and he's going to find problems with every single juror until he gets the jury he wants. That will be terrible.
They've collabed with so many bigger channels as well, so it's like impossible if someone on the internet hasn't heard of them.
All sorts of big channels. Yeah, so that's a good point. If they do pick and choose, if the lawyer does end up picking and choosing the jury like that, then he will have. I mean, technically, H3's lawyers could also do things where, like, if you have any connection to traditional media or things like that, they get kicked out. But yeah, if they get a bunch of older people that don't understand the internet, that could be very bad for the YouTube community. So, why do you think that Matt Haas is actually doing this? Do you think he really thinks he's in the right, or do you think that he's just trying to get more and more publicity from this because he knows that they're going to keep talking about it?
I don't know. Like, what has he really gained?
Well, I don't know how many subs he had before this whole thing, but he has 171,000 now. And he gets 100 to 200,000 views a video. Which, I mean, he's paying a lot of money Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Only his most recent video's got 200,000. He gets 15 to 20,000 per video on average. So
I mean,
don't know.
isn't he paying money to go and
He
continue
is.
this lawsuit?
He is, but the odds are, in lawsuits, you can generally say that you're suing, and you're not only suing for any damages because of fair use or whatever, but you can also sue for lawyer fees. So if whatever you have to pay for your lawyer, you can have that added into the amount of money that you're gonna get from the other party.
What?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of lawsuits, and the majority of them do that. They say they're suing for attorney fees as well as the damages of whatever they've done. So,
is he fucked? Is he fucked if he loses?
Oh, he's
what?
fucked.
How rich is this guy?
He's fucked. I don't think he thought he was gonna lose. I really don't. I think he went through with this because he was like, this is gonna be a piece of cake. And I don't know. He clearly thinks he's gonna win. Otherwise, he wouldn't be going through all the way to court with it. He would have withdrawn the lawsuit already.
You know, I heard that his the music that he uses in the background is also like copyright. I don't know. I saw a comment saying that.
Oh, really?
But is that
I gotta click on
is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, on it. If he uses any copyrighted things in his video, or if he's ever used a clip of anybody else's video in his videos, all H3's lawyer has to do is say, if this is violating their rights, then how are you not violating these people's rights? And that'll play good on a jury. But I don't know what type of content he really makes. I don't know. That sounds like some free to use MP3 YouTube music. Alright, so, and now on to the JonTron situation. So, basically, a while ago, real quick, I'm not too positive about all of this information, so double check things that might sound crazy to you, because I might be wrong, guys, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, JonTron was on a podcast or a video, just some sort of show, a while back, and he made comments about his political beliefs, and people started calling him a Nazi and all sorts of things. And this was around the same time that the whole Wall Street Journal thing happened with PewDiePie, with them calling him a Nazi and all of that. And then the whole situation kind of started to just get quiet. He was still getting a whole lot of controversy because of his opinions, but you didn't hear nearly as much about it until he just recently went on a stream, and the host was known as Destiny, I suppose, and he went on there and he started talking about immigration and just all sorts of things, and people just thought he was crazy, and people think he's certain people think he's some sort of white supremacist and Nazi and all this other stuff. So yeah, what do you guys think though about the situation? Do you think this is similar to PewDiePie because, you know, it's just a guy talking and it's like or do you think it's different because these are his genuine opinions?
It is not similar to PewDiePie. I actually listened to the entire podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like basically arguing about they were basically arguing about whether or not mass immigration was good for the country.
Okay.
And JonTron, one of JonTron's point was like, I don't know, it was so weird. The whole podcast, the whole thing was weird because he was saying how it's actually bad that, like, he thinks that it's bad that America becomes less of a white majority country. Like, he thinks that's a bad thing.
Okay.
And yeah, he also, you know, was some other weird thing that also happened on that stream was that he denied that it was white nationalism. It's technically white nationalism, what he's, like, arguing about.
Well, my question to that would be, is he arguing genuinely that just different people are bad, or is he arguing that different cultures coming in changing our culture could be bad? Because those are two totally different arguments, if you look at them.
Yeah, that's probably what he was going for, but he focused it on
on the race itself
What
rather than culture.
on skin,
Yeah,
on white.
that's the problem. See, I didn't watch the podcast. I've read a couple articles on it, and I've seen, some of the drama channels talking about it, but it seems like to me from the clips that I did see, he wanted to say certain things. He was just really bad at saying them. I think he probably isn't as bad as people think he is, but
yeah,
he
I
just
don't
doesn't
think
know how to talk properly
hates...
when it comes to politics and whatnot.
I don't think he's a Nazi because, he didn't... it didn't seem like it was coming from hate or, like, brown people are bad or whatever. It just, like, it was, like, his point... Like, everything that he was arguing about was, like, it just seemed like a mess. I couldn't... It was... A lot of people actually found it cringy. I found it cringy too.
Well, I find it cringy because he's not a political figure. I don't understand why people who aren't political figures keep trying to chime in massively about politics. Like, I totally understand people, giving their opinion and whatnot, but he saw his opinion got backlash last time. I don't know why he went on to a stream to go broadcast his opinion even further. Because
last
clearly it was
time...
going to have negative effects.
Yeah.
What we can say.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys wait. What? Wait a couple of more. Wait half an hour.
It won't take half an hour. We're getting to the end of JonTron, I'm pretty sure, in a little bit soon. So I don't think JonTron will take too long. But
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Damn it. Oh yeah. Okay. The last time he was on stream, talking to. Last time he was on stream, talking about political stuff.
Yeah.
Which was with Sargon of Akkad. He actually made good points there. Okay, he was complaining about SJWs, and extreme SJWs, and he was complaining about some of their ideology and how it's kind of stupid. But like the second time, the one with Destiny, that was like, oh my gosh, that was. It was so, like he got like he made up some facts. He made up facts. I think he said that wealthy black people commit more crimes than poor white people, which isn't supported anywhere. Nobody could find the statistics anywhere. I felt like he said that just to like try and win the argument.
Yeah, I think that was just him trying to, because there is of course evidence that minorities commit more crimes, but that's just because they live in poor communities and they don't have the same benefits that other people generally do. And yeah, it's not, and especially wealthy black people. I mean, wealthy African Americans. Why would you? I don't. Yeah, there is no place that supports that claim at all.
Yeah, he mentioned that people of minority commit more crimes than white people. Of course, there's the statistics that show that. But right after that, like Destiny tried to rebuke his claim, but then JonTron like threw that fake statistics in.
Yeah, and also because he posted a tweet prior that day, and I think the thing about that is I think he was kind of, I didn't again watch the podcast, but did he seem emotional about his opinions? Did he seem kind of like, because to me that seems like something somebody does when they are getting irritated or like they've been pissed off or things like that, and they're just emotional about their opinion. They'll start just throwing anything out there to make themselves look better or feel better about their opinion. So was he getting irritated or was he like calm throughout the whole thing? That's my main question, because that's
the whole time he was arrogant. I honestly feel like he was just trying to be like win the argument. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like.
You just feel like he wanted to win, and then that's pretty much why he just
yeah.
said
He
whatever.
kept on saying a bunch of crazy stuff, like Destiny was gaslighting. He also like kept on I don't know. He just kept on claiming that Destiny was doing a bunch of stereotypical SJW things, but the guy was actually a pretty good debater. Destiny.
Yeah. Well, do you think that the extreme SJWs and whatnot play a role into these people having these opinions, or do you think that it's just solely based off of a hateful kind of place?
I think it's coming from the viral videos of these SJWs.
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Like,
I think that with politics on the internet, everyone's completely divided. Everyone has a completely different opinion, and when people are in different environments, if one conservative is in a group of liberals, that the liberals will actually push their ideology on that conservative, and vice versa. People are like kind of timid to speak up their own opinion, and when they do speak up their own opinion, they get either a lot of backlash for it or praise, depending on the group, and it's just kind of a messed up thing how politics are a big part of the internet
really
nowadays.
true, yeah.
It's like almost everything that people are talking about.
You were about to say something, Meta. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to your previous statement or to Dew's statement?
wait. I don't remember what I was gonna say. But, no, I don't think I have anything more to add.
All right. But yeah, dude, that is a really a good point, because yeah, when you look at it, people are always pushing they're in a large group, generally they're gonna push their ideas onto people that don't have the same opinions. I mean, when you look at, for example, in the past, different religions, for example, the Catholic Church, they kept going, around everywhere to try to, they set up missionaries to try to convert everybody, because when you get that big group, you have that group mentality that you need everybody to conform, and the internet is just this big pot where there's a bunch of people that agree with you and there's a bunch of people that completely disagree with you. And so I'm sure JonTron is probably getting a ton of praise from the side of the internet that agrees with him, and then as well as all of the backlash from people that, disagree. All the SJWs or leftists or things along those lines. So yeah, good point.
Well, actually, his friend, Sky Williams, questioning whether or not he should still be friends with him. And what the heck? And,
do you know the reason why?
I feel like Sarga, because what he's trying to,
well, I know, but
argue
do you have
about,
did he give a specific?
He didn't give a specific reason.
Overall,
I feel like, yeah. And, Sargon of Akkad, I feel like he's the one, no. I feel like Sargon of Akkad is only defending him because out of sympathy, because he feels like, I don't know, he mentioned that, in one of his videos where he, mentioned the JonTron situation.
Yeah.
He mentioned that he was in a debate and he wasn't very informed with whatever subject that he was debating about, and the internet just took everything, a lot of the things that he said, and started doing what the internet does.
Yeah.
Make them look bad and just talk shit and stuff like that. So I feel like what he was doing is out of sympathy.
Yeah.
And I was
in the same position.
I was kind of, yeah. I was kind of defending him at first. JonTron, I was kind of defending him at first, because I feel like he was not as informed about the subject that he was talking about.
Yeah.
But then I started watching the stream and I was just cringing.
Yeah, I don't have, the only people that because I don't have a problem with the people that are saying he's stupid, and I don't have a problem with the people, I mean, I do have a problem with the people that are saying he's 100% right, because clearly he said his ideas wrong, and they came out in the wrong way that nobody should really agree with, but the people that I disagree with in this whole situation are the people that are trying to say that JonTron shouldn't have had a platform to begin with because he has these ideas, and he shouldn't have this and that because he has these ideas. My whole idea of how I think is where I think that everybody should be able to completely speak their opinion, no matter how fucking terrible it is, and still be able to get just as much as anybody else can out of life. And because then that comes down to censorship, is if this person shouldn't have his channel because he says these things, then we're pretty much on our way to censorship. So what do you guys have any opinions on that? Or
I mean, if you want to get rid of racist ideology, you just have to talk sense into people.
mm-hmm.
Like,
change
it
their
obviously, obviously it's not genes that make a person who they are a bad person.
Yeah, genes
It's
don't
not
make
genes.
up your mindset and your ideas generally. They just make up your body.
I mean, maybe they make up your temperament, kind of.
In a way, yeah, generally.
In a way, but I mean, it doesn't make up, like, whether or not you're a bad person or not, or if you're going to commit crime more or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't. It generally doesn't. The only thing that the only reason that minorities, like I said, commit more crimes is because they live in these. Generally, they live in poorer neighborhoods, and when you look at poorer neighborhoods, they have more crime because they have people that are going to sell drugs, going to do what they need to do in order to push forward with their lives. And one big thing that people don't look with when it comes to crimes being committed, if you look at those crimes, I'm not sure about the statistics for African Americans committing murder, but when you look at the crimes that are actually happening, usually the minorities have drug trafficking crimes because they were trying to make money for their family, or they were trying to do what they needed to do to survive. And it's not going out there and murdering everybody. It's not going out there and raping everybody. It's not these. Yes, drugs is a problem, but again, I don't know who commits the most murders or anything like that. But still, you have to look into more of the context of what's going on with everything rather than just focusing on the overlying statistic.
Like, if we allow Nazis and hateful people to spout out their opinion, we could always talk sense into them.
And,
okay.
Yeah, and also we can see who the other Nazis are. All the people that are defending them. Defending a Nazi if they. Anyway.
I mean, I feel like JonTron. I don't think JonTron, like, talking about white nationalism, I don't think that stream empowered people to become Nazis or to become white nationalists.
Not. Like, nobody that watched that stream all of a sudden was like, you know what? White people are so much better than everybody else. Like, nobody's opinions were changed that drastically off of one video. All right. Well, you've been kind of quiet on this topic? Do you have anything to continue to add? Or all right. Do you have anything, Meta?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Nope.
All right. And do we have any other random topics that you guys would like to discuss before we sign off? No. And that'll be it for this episode of Community Toilet Podcast. Real quick, a shout out to Katrina Rivers, to LittleMissMeta, Dewmonic Abyss, and myself, Crazy Rocky. Go check out all of our channels. The links will be in the description. And yeah, do you guys just want to say goodbye? And that'll be it.
Okay. Well,
right.
See you later.
Bye, guys. All right, and in there.
Yep. Peace.
Oh. What? Stay shitty at the end? Stay shitty at the end. Oh, okay. Alright. I guess not.